Okay, I guess we're back. Seems that way.
We're back. Okay. Nap time's over.
We apologize. We just lost our service. We lost our signal, and we went down totally. This has actually happened
Oh,
to
hi,
us twice
Bonita.
before.
I'll add you to the list. We're going to keep with the list we had. We're just reestablished our connection again, and sorry about that. It's our wonderful service provider whose name will not be mentioned, but will be getting a phone call from me. You don't want a phone call from me. I'm just saying that.
Alrighty.
Okay, so let me go over the list. We are back. So we were doing Angel Rivera's reading, and we had pretty much finished it. Looks like a crazy week for Angel. Hi, Mr. Maurice. I'll add you to the list. Hopefully we won't lose our connection again. We apologize. It's been happening more and more, and there's no reason for it. So I'm going to have a little talk with the people I pay money to for this service. All right.
Thanks for coming back, Angel.
Yeah, Angel. So it looks like an interesting week, to say the least, for you. And I don't know what to say. I just think that it's going to be a rocky road, and I think it is for everybody right now. So hang in there, Angel. That was really interesting cards you had there.
He needs a quick summary.
Quick summary. Okay. So basically, I feel that were they on top? I don't even know.
I
No,
put
they
them there
weren't.
just a moment ago, but those aren't done, are they?
Try
You
the
must have
bottom
shuffled.
of the deck. Nope.
Good
Must
job.
have been shuffled.
Good job, Dan.
So I will say that basically, Four of Cups reversed there were opportunities here possibly for being offered for maybe ways to get out of this mess, this loss of control. It was the Emperor reversed, if I recall.
And then the moon reversed.
And then the moon reversed. There's going to be something revealed, and with the key and the, what was it called? The whip. The whip. It indicated that it could be possibly some action or situation that develops suddenly, that just happens, that causes this chaos, this loss of control, this having to rethink things and come up with another plan. And it's possible that cup being offered in the Four of Cups is all about, some other plan being offered. Do you have anything to add to sum it up?
No, I'm good.
So that's kind of what we have, Angel. Both of those live streams will probably be out there on YouTube, so you could go back and recap it too, in the after we're done here.
Okay.
So that's what we have for you, Angel. Hey, and that was an interesting reading too, I have to say. I'm a little concerned, so I do hope things go better than the cards are saying they will. Gina, are you with us? Because your question is in the other stream now. But I believe I remember you wanted an oracle reading. Oh no, it was one Karma music card.
Okay.
And what was it about?
I don't remember.
Let's
exactly.
just draw it and see. Yep,
Hi,
we're
January
back,
girl.
January girl. Sorry about that, honestly, guys, but it's kind of beyond our control when that happens. All right, so let's do this for Gina. Gina said anyway that she might have to step out.
Right.
So we'll draw a Karma music for Gina. Did she want the bottom of the deck too, or just the one?
I don't remember.
We might just give you the bottom of the deck too, Gina.
Okay.
Because that's the way we roll. All right, so after Gina is Sile, Libra, Bonita, Mr. Maurice, and January Girl.
Alrighty.
All right, Mr. O, bottom.
And Gina gets the reversed Nine of Wands.
Oh, boo-hoo. So maybe this is saying that it is time to consider throwing in the towel on something, or maybe you have been thinking about it. But maybe you ought to I'm not saying to reconsider, but by all means, make sure this is really what you want to do. Because sometimes when we decide something's over, or we're ending something, or we're waving the white flag of surrender, there's no turning back from that.
And you know, I'm going to just take a little different tack, because I sort of feel that despite what she says, this card says something is no longer fun for you, and therefore you're not really engaged with it. And it's not that, you know, you need entertainment constantly, but something had a sense of a value, of a positive feedback to you, something that made you feel good. Look at these people here. It looks like they're at a circus or something like that, which is kind of an odd interpretation even for the upright card. But this is striking me saying, like, you want out because it doesn't give you a feedback you're looking for. It doesn't make you feel like you enjoy something here.
That could be. But let's take a look at that bottom card, shall we?
Oh, we're going to play Operation. No, we're
Oh,
not.
that looks kind of macabre in a way.
It does. It's a 6 of coins. So who's giving what here?
Well, you know what? I feel like maybe this is just saying you feel like you've given so much, you know, that it's time now to receive something in return or move on. What do you think?
It could be, but I also like the idea there too that maybe, you know, there are both ends of this here of giving here, or certainly receiving too. But for some people, the giving is the receiving, because some people, it truly gives them joy to do good, and that was sort of maybe the underlying message of the
Okay.
Nine of Wands in a way. So kind of interesting.
It is interesting. You want to do the Lenormand?
I do.
Okay, and we'll get right to your question, Sheila. Just one moment. Sheila.
This one wants to be the one that fell out of my hand.
Well,
and
there's
it's the
one for the
ring.
bottom. Okay.
And it's the fish. Whoa, ruh-roh.
Well, I'm thinking about this one a minute. Commit, you know, I think right now you are committed more to, wow, this kind of flies in the face of what I said a little bit. Go ahead. What do you see?
Well, I'm wondering if the idea that true emotional spectrum for you sort of goes to very universal places at times, and that maybe sometimes you might feel that what you need to do is really always keep yourself in that attunement in a way. Always be attuned to the idea that no matter who you love on your personal levels, the greatest love really comes when you go spiritual in a way.
It's really interesting to me, Gina, because, you know, we do have the Six of Coins, and the Six of Coins in the main reading is a card of giving. And here we have a flow of abundance possibly coming to you. So I'm thinking here that there should be a commitment, that you are making more. I'm beginning to feel a connection now with what I said here and this. And I feel it's that you need to make more of a commitment to receiving as much as you're giving. So in other words, you know, here you feel like, you know, you're done with just giving and not getting anything back. You know, you're done with that concept.
Boom.
And here it's talking about the flow. You want to commit to the flow. There has to be reciprocity. Bam! I
It's
bam
true.
myself, but I can bam too.
All right.
That's what we have for you, Gina. Good luck with that. All right, Sile, we are on your question, and I see it there. Mr. O, you might want to look that over. After Sile is Libra, Bonita, Mr. Maurice, and January Girl. Why is Tian coming back? And describe his feelings. It's a little, it's complicated. Let's see what we can do. Is it mine?
Yes.
Yeah, it is, because we did that for Gina. All right, let's do the Soul Below deck here. Let's see what we get. A little bit. Back because it's on me this time. Okay, we have the Three of Cups reversed. We have the Hermit reversed. Here comes Sunny again. And then we have the Queen of Wands upright. There's the Queen of Wands again, coming up a bit today.
Yeah.
Sunny is back. Okay, so why is he back? Describe his feelings, whether or not he knows was in the hospital. I don't know whether he knows you were in the hospital or not. I get the feeling, though, why is he coming back? I have a feeling something did not work out well for him. And it could have been in regards to relationships. I don't know if this person was involved with somebody else.
I think they were involved with somebody maybe that made them change too much, change against their nature, and maybe they needed to get away from that.
So I feel like now they may have been keeping to themselves, but the Hermit is reversed now, and it seems as though they are ready to, try to do something more positive and constructive. And they may be coming back because they sense a lot of good in you, or they are attracted to you, the Queen of Wands.
I just wonder if there was another situation, maybe it wasn't a relationship or another person, but some situation that sort of had a dichotomy for them where it represented two things that maybe they really wanted, but they knew there was this dreadful, price tag kind of thing with it. So I sort of feel like they wrestled with something there before putting themselves back into a situation with you that brought them back, as you say.
I feel they're highly attracted to you, and they sense a strength about you that's attractive to them. But something in their past absolutely did not work out the way they had planned.
Now, I think for the hospital thing, we might want to pull some other cards on that.
Yeah, I think that's not saying... Why don't we just do a yes/no on that real quick? Let's do that.
I almost feel that maybe the Hermit reverse sort of sounds like you coming out of the hospital in a way.
True.
Being in the hospital would be the Hermit. So I'm wondering if that was the pull, but I guess the question was, how did they know that?
No,
or did they sense it?
Whether or not he knew it. Let's grab those.
Yes.
Oh, Sunny. Is it time for Sunny Cam? Sunny Cam.
When you said Sunnycam, it sounded like you were doing that old cereal commercial, Honeycomb.
Oh no, I didn't do that deliberately.
I know. I'm not sure why it evoked that memory for me.
I'm not sure either. I used to like honeycomb cereal. It's
I know.
too sweet,
I remember that.
It's kind of like Frosted Flakes for me. I've outgrown those two. Finally, I do like my sugary cereals.
Is this the part where I admit I didn't?
Man, Frosted Flakes, that was just awesome stuff. When I was a kid, my mom would get angry at me because, of course, I would eat it out of the box.
Okay, I thought specifically in terms of yes or no, did TN know?
Yeah, we're going
about
to do
you in
a
the
yes, no,
hospital?
just to see here before we do a Lenormand for you, too.
I love these cards.
Do you?
Very colorful. What's it
They
called
are.
again?
Oh, this is the So Below deck. Is it the ace?
Yeah.
It is. So,
It's leaning towards yes.
it's not a definite yes that he knew, but it's leaning towards yes. And the interesting thing is we have the tower here, Mr. O.
And of course, the tower represents in the Lenormand institutional qualities, which could say hospital, something like that. But in a normal tarot reading, the hospital could be talking about the kind of things that present lessons for you or presents challenges for you, usually with a silver dark lining.
Well,
it could
but
go
since
either way.
this was about whether he knew or not, what do you
Yeah.
think? I think that basically maybe he did. Maybe it's saying he did learn about this.
Right, because this is about a lesson learned, and maybe the idea of you coming out of the hospital, maybe in a way that we don't know, but maybe you know, has a significance or resonance towards that. That somehow your being in the hospital and or what that was to you was something Tia needed to know about, to learn about, to understand in some way.
So just so you know, because I don't know if you're familiar with our yes/no readings, the other two piles that I put away had aces in them. And we look for how many aces we get in a particular amount of cards to determine if you're going to get a yes or no answer.
Is this
And
mine?
so there were two, no, it was mine. There were two aces, so that was leaning towards yes. So we think it likely that he did know. And maybe he's learned something from it. Maybe he's back for that reason.
When I look close at this picture, of course, the figure in the picture is holding a cell phone to their head, and it's like they've just learned something or they just heard something. Very interesting. So Banshee has pulled the ship and the letter.
Well, it's kind of interesting here. You might hear news from this person. It looks like they're on the move in some way. I don't know if they're in the process of physically moving. I don't know if they're taking a journey or a trip. But there is some movement going on in their life, and you're going to hear about this. Maybe they're moving towards you. Maybe that's what this is about. Or they're moving away. I think you're going to hear something about a move with this person.
It is possible maybe that even you're the one communicating with them, but I think that's a secondary thought there. But I'm wondering how it's connected to the rest of the reading. It just seems like maybe there is some energy or movement or forces between you that says there's a business or there's something happening.
Well, the thing is that it may just be that this is talking about the fact that, you are going to be hearing more from this person, that maybe they are moving back into your sphere and they're going to be communicating more with you.
I mean, I guess you hint at the idea that there was some relationship there that maybe had certain levels of feelings, and we didn't want to couch our terms specifically towards any of that necessarily, but it does seem like there's something to still happen, something that still connects you, that will bring you into each other's orbit somehow.
Well, that's what we have for you today. That's what the cards have today. Good luck with that, Sheila. And Libra Cusp, you are up.
And they wanted to know about their guardian angel's messages.
Oh,
see
okay,
that?
got it.
I'll use my Mermaid's
And
Tarot.
this will be on you next time.
Okay.
Oh. You want this pen for some reason.
God bless you too. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Okay, so the World, and that one's reversed. Temperance.
Oh, wow.
Excuse me, which is upright. I'm burping. Excuse me. And then finally, the Queen of Pentacles.
Wow. We've been
Upright.
getting the queens today.
So I think the guardian angel has mostly a positive message. The guardian angel says you should still have perfection to strive for, even though you really are voluminous in your abilities to be creative or to have understanding and emotional temperate qualities towards people. That even if you have certain situations that give you a bad day, you still can try to look for the best way possible to try to exact kindness, but also to be nurturing. I think the Queen of Pentacles is more than just ordinary kindness. It's also about seeing what can be cultivated in what you have to work with.
Gee, Libra, I don't even think you have to come to happy hour because this is kind of a happy message from your guardian
happy,
angels. Yeah. But do come anyway for more. Look at this here. Let me grab my big wand. Look at this here. Okay, so I think your guardian angels are telling you sometimes you just feel success eludes you. Success just seems to escape you. And you just keep worrying and wondering, where is it? Where is it? Patience, grasshopper. Be at peace. The angels are telling you, be at peace, because look what the future holds. There's the Queen of Pentacles, nurturing, loving life, getting great joy out of life, and maybe even reaping in some cash. So I think here that the message is really a good one. It's like, yes, things take time sometimes to happen or develop. We all don't develop at the same pace. Some people are late bloomers. Sometimes things happen later in life, and we have to wait for our success. And Temperance is saying, be at peace. You are on track to achieve something.
Well, I think what's interesting here is that the Temperance card was the card that sort of spoke to me the most. It just sort of felt, it was like, this is an angel's message. And now I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, and this is a mermaid that has angel wings on the back. Look at that. So, bam.
Yeah, so the angel, I think your guardian angel just wants you to hang tight.
Yeah.
You
Take
know,
it easy
hang
on
tough
yourself,
and
too.
realize that, everything happens in its time. And, clearly it's not saying just sit back and do nothing. But what it is saying is keep yourself in balance, keep yourself focused, and know that, you can attract good things in your life.
And, I had a friend a long, long time ago who used to say, we are each cultivated earth. And what that meant is that some of us grow exactly the way we're supposed to. And that's all it's about, is really figuring out what it is that makes you grow. And you grow into what you're supposed to be. Alrighty. Oh, we didn't do this. Yes. So we got the Lenormand.
Mr. O on the ball.
Never!
Okay, top.
Star.
Jeez.
Bam. More star.
Bam.
Fall over,
Stand
star.
up.
And, of course, the snake.
Oh, goodness.
Star and the snake. Well, I'll let you take care of that one first.
Yeah, that is kind of complicated. It is. So
It is.
sometimes, we look at we are deceived by our progress and our success. Sometimes we deceive ourselves into believing that, we can't achieve our hopes and dreams. It could also indicate that maybe, are you deceiving yourself? Are you yourself like reaching for the stars, impractically? Are you just doing things to deliberately sabotage your progress? In other words, the way to success is to take those steps. Take those steps. It's just not going to happen overnight. And also to realize that, to achieve something bigger, you start small. You take small successes and you count those successes. Sometimes I think we don't even realize, that how successful we are, because we don't really look at the small successes that we have had along the way.
I think these cards are another way of saying, too, like what she was saying was like, about the success that's coming to you. Don't sabotage yourself. But also, too, expect it not necessarily to happen like a bolt of lightning.
Right.
Like it's just really the moderate way to getting there, because then you appreciate it more, because the earth energy, the Queen of Pentacles, says you really put yourself physically into creating that dream and nurturing it and moving it along. That success took you time to make it, and therefore you need to savor it a little bit too.
You know what? That's really good, because I feel too that success is there. I think temperance is the moderating influence here. It's trying to get you to realize that, to progress, you have to have balance and harmony. And so you can't let yourself wallow in the fact that you're not where you want to be yet. You just have to keep working towards getting to where you want to be.
All right.
And that's what we have for you.
Thanks, Libra.
All right. Bonita, you are up, and then Mr. Maurice and January Girl. He's back. I was going to put the cards there, but I see him down there already. He's about to jump.
Hi, Bonita. You can have a general reading.
Absolutely. Was that your cards? Yes, it was.
Yes, it was. And you're welcome, Libra. No.
Stay here. You're not the star today. You're a guest star. You're a guest star on this show. He just so wanted to barrel right through. There. You have your moment to shine, Mr. Sun. you go. Okay. General reading for Benita. And you know what I noticed too, Mr. O, that since we rebooted the stream, it's more in sync. It's not that far off like it was before. Oh no,
Yeah,
you
I think
stay
you're right.
there. You stay here. I can't get the cards. Okay. All right. You got it back?
Mm-hmm.
Because the first card for Benita is the Six of Pentacles, upright. Ooh, ouch. And then we have the Seven of Swords, upright. Okay, well, actually, I see that. Ooh. And then we have Strength, upright.
There's like a sort of a weird dichotomy in your life where it feels like there are opportunities for you to be generous, or that you feel the need to be generous, or you feel there are people who could use your generosity. But at the same time, maybe there's also ways that you operate a little bit more covertly, and that maybe you don't necessarily want to be known for that kind of thing. So like maybe if there is a generosity there that you wish to give, you don't necessarily want to be very vocal about it. That maybe sometimes where you feel you serve your best purposes is by being in the shadows a little bit, doing the will of good, or the will that you see needing to be done, without necessarily drawing attention to yourself. And to some degree, this means that you feel you're always in a balance or a struggle with maintaining an appearance of control, but really not necessarily being very strong, but really being very strong. I don't know if that makes sense. But like, looks are deceiving, like you have a secret power, but it's not necessarily apparent how much control or power you have, because it's a secret.
Well, you know, I have some interesting takes here. One thing is that Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords is right in the middle here. And you know, the Seven of Swords is kind of a difficult card. It's one of the cards that I don't like in the tarot. It's hard to read, that and the Five of Swords. But let's look at this character here. He's taking these swords in the middle of the night and sneaking off with them. There's these tents in the background. But what is his motivations? Is he a thief? Or is he trying to stop the other side from waging war? Is he trying to do something more altruistic and good? It's a mystery, isn't it? And so I wonder about that card a lot here. And so when I look at things, the layout of these cards, I see the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is about give and take in equal measure. Because, you know, he's holding the scales here. He's giving because he realizes he's made a lot in his life. He's wealthy. He's got to give something back to keep that balance and harmony and keep the flow going. Then we have strength. I think basically, Bonita, what I'm trying to say here is that you may have to decide to maybe moderate yourself a little bit here, but know when it is the right time to really kind of gently push people to give you what you feel you deserve, you know? I feel like you have to look out for your own interests here sometimes, and that maybe you might be in the position, like in another reading, of giving a lot and not, you know, scales are not balanced in return. I feel here that you give a lot and, you know, you need to think about that.
It's very interesting.
Well, it is. I wonder, too, because it is upright. I'm kind of torn that there is another angle to this that I'm missing, Mr.
Maybe. It really does seem like any way you look at it, there's a bit of balance represented in all these cards. Because, a lot of times in the major arcana,
Well, look at this too. We have 6, 7, and 8. It's like a progression.
There's a progression there, so
Yeah.
that's good. But I would draw your attention to the fact that in some tarot decks, 8 is switched with 11, which is justice. Okay, so sometimes in some decks, 8 is justice and 11 is strength. But of course, over here, we have the scales of justice in this card. So multiple images that sort of
Yeah.
corroborate each other. And I think the idea is that
I think.
there's a secret strength you have in what you can do without being acknowledged. Your power may be being able to work under the scene, and it's your strength. It's your strength. And sometimes it may move towards empowering others, but also too, there's a need within that to also make sure you empower yourselves, because you're doing the work. That's an infinity symbol. This is ongoing. This is going to keep going for you. So this, and just like there's
it's like
emotion
a
through
flow
that.
too, because that's what the 6 is about in a way, maintaining that flow. So I feel like there's something to do with maybe your material financial life here, and making sure that you not only give, but you're getting in equal measure. And that may involve you standing up for yourself in some subtle ways, in ways that may not be apparent to others on the surface, but will have an impact. They will impact.
You're kind of like your own version of a dark angel, because you work on the side of angels, but you're not really triumphant and glorious like an angel would be with horns blowing and stuff. You're a little bit undercover.
Yeah, it's an odd combination here, but I think these are, for the most part, pretty powerful cards. The 7 too is not necessarily a negative in this sense. We all need to stand up for ourselves a little bit more.
Alrighty. So we have the lily and the book.
I think this is a period of learning for you too. I mean, this is a general reading, so I don't know if you're in school, going back to school, beyond school, but maybe there is something that you need to study more and look into more, and it will help you grow. It will help you grow.
Right. This is a process of maturation that you could be moving forward with too. And I don't know if there is an exact tie between these cards and those cards. I sort of feel like some of this is covert, where some of this is known. So it represents kind of a contradiction to me that I don't get. Like your growth that maybe is more evident to all is known or will be more known, but the other ways you grow, the things you do that maybe are just a little bit dark side, are not as known. I know Banshee's like, what the heck is he talking about?
I got lost somewhere there, but
I'm a little lost too right now.
It is kind of a difficult reading.
So you do plan on going back to school?
Oh, you do. I think this is definitely a sign of that.
Okay.
It's funny because I did think, are you a student?
Lilies are about maturation. Books are about knowledge, but also finding out things.
Finding out things being revealed. So it might also be that you are just coming to the realization that you have to look after yourself here more, and that in order to maintain a positive flow of give and take, you have to take a little subtle approach to get there. And maybe that has to do with, the schoolwork.
The 7 of Swords is subtlety, but another idea there too is that even though it sort of looks really dark and secretive, there's an air there of precision, of knowledge, of knowing what to do to cause an effect, or knowing that your actions are causing an effect. And so that could be the sense of, gaining more knowledge by going back to school. So that's
what we see right now for you, Benita. Good luck with that.
Good luck, Benita.
I think it's a good course for you. I think it's smart.
And so that's what we had for Benita.
And we're moving on to Mr. Maurice now. Mr. Maurice, are you with us?
And you're
Good
welcome.
to see you again.
And hi, Mr. Maurice.
And January girls after that.
And January girl. And that will probably take us right to the
That
end.
will probably take us right to the end. Hey, you're very welcome. It took us a while to get there. Sometimes the cards aren't always that clear. They're just not always that clear.
And we have our ups and down days too, to be honest.
Well, I think sometimes it's also momentary. It's not necessarily the day. It's the reading for whatever reasons. There's lots of reasons.
I hope you did enjoy that. Thank you.
For example, we just had our computer go down and all of that craziness before we restarted, and that just could have messed with our
So I'm not sure if
connections.
Mr. Jones is here, but we're asking again for him.
We got to give it a minute. We
Sure.
got delays, you know.
And we have nothing but time.
Well, we don't have lots of time. And if not, we can move on to January Girl. Well, January Girl, you might as well get your question ready, because one way or another you will be up after Mr. Maurice. Or before.
So for those who are here and wondering, we are on again Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m.
And we're here Saturday.
We're going to be here Saturday for a pop-up live 1-hour positive message for
Here he is.
person. Hi, Mr. Jones.
All right. Okay. Let's see what they say. Was it mine? No.
Yeah, because I used the mermaids.
Oh, you did.
Yes. Okay.
I guess I haven't used the As Above deck yet. I will do that. I have a chance. And if
I thought you
not,
did because I asked you what deck that was. And you said it was the As Above
it was
deck.
the So Below, I thought.
Oh, you mean I'm confusing the two. They're two different.
Right.
That's freaky.
It is.
I see.
It was a great concept, actually.
Yep.
I like it. Okay, last shuffle, and that's you. I believe you'll be doing the Lenormand this time, Mr. Oh, workplaces. That's the one thing I don't miss about retirement. 'Cause office politics of whatever sort.
I don't want to detract from you too much, but it seems to me like I always start off good in a place, and then eventually I feel like I'm being taken advantage of.
All right, January Girl, keep that question up. We'll get to you right after this. Okay, we have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is reversed. We have the Empress reversed. He's going to try to get around somehow. Sunny? No. Look at that. And we have the Three of Cups upright. Wow, this is a little bit troubling, I will say, Mr. Maurice. A little bit. I see maybe there might be some light at the end of the tunnel there. But the Six of Swords indicates you just feel kind of like stuck right now. Like you're not moving in a positive direction. Well, you're not moving at all because the Empress is reversed there too.
Right.
You feel blocked.
You state you're new there, and I don't know your exact circumstances, how easy it might be for you to switch jobs. It's probably not easy for most people to switch jobs these days. I've been there, locked in a place where I couldn't get out of it. And that Empress really suggests to me, because it's reversed, that you really need someone to nurture you. You need better mentoring. you need someone to care about you and to show kindness to you.
And we're not seeing that.
Right, because as you're stating, that they're taking advantage of you being kind. And so you're trapped in that contradiction there too, that you're the person who actually needs to be kindness, but you may be the only person in your circumstance who is capable of expressing kindness. Don't change that if you can help it.
Right.
Three of Cups does really represent the high point of good emotions and good feelings, especially because we know we feel good about people in general or people in specific that we care about, that we're attracted to, whether it's just mostly in a social sense. It's not talking about relationships per se.
No, but it can. And, we forget that work, I know it's the material world, but we establish relationships at work. They're not love relationships, although there are some that start at the workplace, right, Mr. O?
Oh, that's right. We met at a workplace, and our first date was nearly 45 years ago.
Come October.
We're ancient.
So here's the thing. I feel the Three of Cups is indicating a couple things to me here. I think that harmony could be established in the workplace. I feel also that 3 could indicate here teamwork. That maybe people will start gelling more, start getting along better, and start working together better. I feel that's possible here. But right now, it just seems like it's not going to happen. So that's why I want to do the Lenormand and see where we go from here.
As an outside thought, it is possible that maybe somewhere within your team, your office, your workplace, that somebody else's happy event, somebody has a party, a celebration of marriage, might be a catalyst to pull some of that together. But I'm just showing that maybe it's going to happen. Whether it really has that effect may not necessarily follow through.
Yeah, despite the fact, that we have these 2 that are not that great of cards. They're not earth-shakingly bad. They're just saying you're stuck and blocked right now. And as Mr. O suggested, you really need somebody to give you a hand, to be supportive of you. And you're not finding that right now. I'm sensing the possibility that could change, and hopefully for the better.
All right. Me?
Yeah, you're on for the... I want to get these cards and see if they add any nuance to...
Right, we pull a
what we just
Lenormand,
said.
which is another kind of oracle. It's not tarot. It tends to be a little bit more day-to-day business-related kind of events or situations. It's based on older systems too, traditional fortune telling. All right. So the first card was the birds. I know it's for the birds, right? And the second card was the moon. So the birds is about news, right?
Well...
No, it's more about talk, chatter, messages.
Communicating.
It's about communicating. And this card influences that. So that's the moon, which could be good luck. It could be good fortune in business things.
Right. There's an employment angle to that. There's harmony. There's intuition.
Which we're hoping to align with that, the Three of Cups.
Well, what I see here, Maurice, is that success comes through communications and chatter. And maybe it's, maybe you're just going to have to express yourself. Or, I feel like if you feel lost and if you feel things aren't going well, you may have to talk to people, or you may have to ask questions. You may have to look to see if somebody can give you some support or help. I think there is success here for you in communicating with others in some way here. Go ahead.
A part that I didn't express before, and I don't remember if Banshee did, was that sometimes with the Six of Swords reversed, it indicates you're still there because there's something you need to address. And this may be saying that what she just said, finding a way to be able to communicate some of this about feelings or about where you feel you need to, be positioned there, to not be a dumping person or whatever that is, how you say that. That's what needs to happen, is that you probably have to figure out a way to get to that point of being able to communicate that. And clear in the air.
Yeah, and the other thing is to just communicate that, look it, I want to be successful here. I want to help you, be successful. I want to work hard. Tell me what I need in order to do that, and how best I can, how best we can work together. So I think that might be part of this here. But definitely I see the blocks you're speaking of. I have a feeling they could clear.
We hope so.
So that's what I have for you, Maurice. I hope it works out for you. Good luck with that.
Thanks for coming tonight.
It's always hard starting new jobs. There's so much stress. You're worried about your performance, what others think of you. It's not easy. Not easy. All right, so we are on January. Who posted question? January, that's okay. I did tell you to post your questions, so you are good.
No apologies necessary.
Yep. All right, so let's take a look at that.
And I'm going to take my ancestral path. Ooh. Do you want to do that as the 2-2? Do this, do that, like that?
That's a tough one. Well, do you see it as a two-pronged question? Because I've been trying to... It almost seems like there's three things there. But I think that the two might go together.
I'm not sure.
The man who was hiring me as a sales agent left her place out of town. Go to the same agency now. Let them know I had an offer. In other words, at that agency. Start fresh with a new person there without mentioning that offer. Or forget it entirely and go elsewhere. So it's like I think the two might go together. We could do the two and just see what it looks like. Let's try that. I have an idea, but let's do it. I always have an idea. All right.
What?
Nothing. My turn, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, let's see what we have here. Okay, the first thing is staying. I have an idea of how we're going to do this. We're looking at right now whether you should stay with that agency, go to that same agency, or abandon it and go elsewhere. So let's see what we have with that.
Excuse me.
Okay, the first one, there's that 3 of Cups again.
And the
reversed.
3 of Cups is reversed.
And then we have the 7 of Pentacles reversed. And then for the second job, we have the Ace, of Wands reversed. Ooh. And the Princess of Sacred Circles or Pentacles reversed. Jeez.
So all reversed cards, which sort of sounds like muddleish forces, like just sort of sounds a little confusing in a way.
Well, I'd say with the agency you're at now, there may be difficulties fitting in there. I don't know why. I feel like you're going to have to work pretty hard at trying to fit in with the culture, with people there. It's really weird. I don't know why, but that 3 of Cups reversed indicates some disharmony in that organization.
Right. It may mean that there's just a lot of varied types of persons, different ages in the workforce, different demographics of where people come from or education levels or anything. And so there's a lot of maybe diffused people in the workforce in sense of no clear factions or team.
So I would say if you consider that, consider the fact that you might have to just work a little extra harder to just be able
Yes.
to work cohesively with the people there.
It's kind of saying that it won't happen on its own, that if you think like eventually you'll gel, no, you're going to have to be more upfront about trying to gel with people, trying to take them out on lunch or something like that, whatever.
And then for going somewhere else, all I can say right now, January girl, is if you want to try something else, it may take a while. There's going to be delays. You're going to have to work at that as well. And, it could put you in a financial difficult situation, or it's possible that maybe the payout wouldn't be the same as you could get here.
I'm also thinking, too, that this tells me that maybe it'll be hard for your skills to match up exactly with what you're finding there, that you won't be the exact person they're looking for from a skill-wise level. This might cause it to take longer to get you matched better. Just the feeling I have with that.
So here's what I wanted to do about the agency, the question of, should you let them know you had an offer before COVID from this person? We're going to do a yes-no on that and see what we get, and then we'll throw the Lenormand.
All right. Yeah, I know you're struggling here because we hear it, a lot of places too. It's really weird because it just seems like...
Well, I have been hearing a lot of people getting jobs lately too. Some of the people I follow on Twitter, I think in the last 2 weeks, 4 or 5 people said they got new jobs, which I thought was really, encouraging.
Right. And around our local area with the food industries, whether it's restaurants or just fast food places, they're all really limited because they are still not finding enough staff. And we think it's more the cooking staff than wait staff or other staff. So some places are limiting the hours of operation from what they used to be. And you're counting, right?
I am.
And some places are literally closing a whole day and saying, we're not going to be open this day. We're only open 5 days a week, 6 days a week, because they can't staff it. So it's a weird mix of stuff.
I knew that.
What?
I was going to get an ace there.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you sense that,
Yep.
Oh, was that at the end too? Pretty much.
Nope. 11.
Oh. Close.
But yeah. Now you made me lose count, Mr. O.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Mr. O. 7. Oh, 9. 9, 11, and 13.
So how was the question asked?
Well, we asked the question as to whether you should mention you had the offer from the other person. According to this, it says definitely yes. So I would say go for it if you're going to go and try that route. And let me shuffle the Lenormand. You got 3 aces. There's nothing more to say, but that you probably should try it. So hopefully they think well of this sales agent that's moved over there, because it sounds like you should name drop. Hey, I've done that before in my search for jobs.
And Mr. Jones, we did do the reading, so we're going to recap that for you in a moment, because we did do that prior to the one we're on right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mr. Jones, just, we already did the reading. You're done.
Okay. You could back up and read it if possible, but we could recap it slightly.
All right.
So we have the clock. Boy, we hardly ever get the clock, do we?
Once in a while.
And
I
we
get
have
it a lot.
the lily.
I wonder about that sometimes. So, though, that's the clover.
The clover, I'm sorry.
The clover means, you know what? maybe, like we were telling you, January girl, you may have some troubles working with people there in the beginning, but it looks to me like there is luck for you in time. It's just going to take time, but it seems as though, and I have a feeling it's talking about that agency, not something else.
I'm going to go with Banshee on that. I actually feel that I haven't seen the clock in a while myself, but obviously the metaphor is about time, the passage of time, the expectations of time, waiting for things to happen.
And Clover's about luck, synchronicity, timing, which is,
That's true. So it sort of corroborates that idea there that things are just going to take a little time, but that they are going to kind of mesh into what you would want if you do that way.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it looks positive in time. So I hope it works out for you, whatever you decide. Good luck with that.
Okay, so Mr. Jones saw that, so that's fine. Just make sure you can back up to see that, and we appreciate that.
And hey, guess what? We're right on time ending the show.
So thank you, January Girl, Mr. Jones, and everyone else that came. Appreciate that.
All you that came back after we lost our live stream.
Yeah, we're sorry about that. We've been having troubles with our service lately. This is the second time during the show that it bopped off. Normally it just doesn't when we're watching TV. So.
No, actually it's been doing it more on the internet than TV. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on, but not always when we're live, but when we're doing our work. So.
But just a reminder, we will be back on Sunday as well as Saturday for our pop-up live. So we hope to see you again. Spread the word, tell others.
And hey, we'll see you again soon. Take care, everybody. Stay safe out there in these uncertain times. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.